Hey y'all, it's Latoya, and welcome back to Life Lessons with Latoya, where we talk about all things healing, self-worth, and inner work. Today, I want to talk to all my sisters who've ever been tempted to spin the block. You know what I'm talking about. That moment when an ex pops up in your DMs, or your mind starts wandering back to someone you used to love. And for a second, maybe even longer than a second, you think, should I? This video is for every woman who's asked themselves that question. I'm not here to judge. I'm not even here to convince you not to go back. I just want to hold space for the real reasons we consider returning and help you make that decision from a space of clarity, not craving. So let's get into it. So if you've never heard the phrase spinning the block, it's basically a cultural way of saying going back to an ex, returning to a past relationship, one that probably ended for very real reasons, and revisiting that love to see if maybe, just maybe, it could work this time. And listen, I get it. I've had moments where I've paused long enough at the emotional stop sign to consider it. Most of us have. That's human. But what I've learned through the experience and through doing my own inner work is that spinning the block isn't always about love. A lot of times, it's about fear. Fear of starting over. Fear of being alone. Fear that you won't find something better. Fear that maybe you missed your chance at love, but fear always tries to convince you that familiar is safer than unknown, even if that familiar left you bleeding the first time around. Now here's where we get honest. Sometimes we want to go back because we're not looking for the person. We're looking for validation. We want to be the one they finally choose, the one they commit to, the one they grow up for. There's this quiet hope that maybe this time they'll love us right. And if they do, it must mean we were worthy all along, right? But that's not love. That's ego. That's unhealed rejection trying to rewrite its own ending. When we spin the block from that place, we're not showing up as our whole selves. We're showing up as the version of us that's still asking, was I enough? And you are. But going back won't prove that. So, if you're even thinking about spinning the block, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what changed really? Did they grow, or did they just get lonely? Are you seeking true connection or avoiding the discomfort and emptiness? Are you trying to prove your worth by being chosen again? Is your life actually better without them? And are you willing to risk that peace? Are you going back from growth, or are you just repeating old patterns? Because these aren't just cute journal prompts. These are doorways into your deeper truth. Now, to be fair, spinning the block can work, but only when both people have done their healing separately. We've all seen the recent example of Ashanti and Nelly. They found their way back to each other after nearly a decade apart. But from the outside looking in, it seems they reunited as different people. More mature, more intentional, more aligned. And even with all that, there have still been bumps. Because love is not a fairy tale. It's a process, a practice. So if you're gonna go back, do it with your eyes open, not just your heart. So sis, what's the pattern? Because if spinning the block is something you've done more than once, or even just considered often, it might be time to stop looking at them and start looking at you. Do you keep choosing people who make you prove you're worthy? Do you leave doors cracked just in case they come back? Do you say you moved on, but still feel like you're waiting for closure? This isn't about shame. This is about awakening. You're not broken, but maybe you're still healing the version of you who thinks love only comes with suffering. You don't need to earn what you are, and you don't need to go back to prove you've grown. Here's what I want you to hear. You are not hard to love. You are not asking for too much, and you do not need to go back to feel whole. Sometimes the biggest glow up is never turning around. And if you do spin the block, let it be from alignment, not anxiety, from clarity, not craving, from wholeness, not wounds. And take this affirmation with you. I trust my growth. I trust my boundaries. I trust that real love will never require me to return to what I've healed from. If this resonated with you, check out my full blog post. Ladies, before you spin the block, consider this at lifelessonswithlatoya.com. The link is also in the description. Be gentle with yourself, do your inner work, and choose you every time. Peace.